Hello, everyone. Hello, welcome back. And if this is your first time here, welcome. I appreciate you, and I hope you find value. My name is Michele Williams. You guys know me as Coach Michele. You know what? Coach Michele coming to you live from the ATL. If you follow me on Facebook, you know I love saying that. If you don't, check me out on I Am Coach Michele on Facebook, and Michele has one L. So today's video is about, this one says, if you guys are wondering if this is your first time, this is something brand new. I've never had a sheet, but my team put together tons of questions, really good questions they pulled from our private Facebook group. And the question is, for home care owners who just started their business, what would be the best way for them to pay their caregivers? Guys, this is a loaded question because there's so many people that either choose to or just don't know the proper way. So this is a great question. I can see why people are asking it in the private Facebook group. I'm going to say the best way. It's not the only way, but the best way is to have your caregivers as employees. There's so many reasons why. I'm not going to go into all of them. However, you could do your own, research or due diligence. It just really makes sense. If you have a non-skilled home care agency and you are sending individuals out, caregivers out to the homes of your clients, you're telling them what to wear. You're telling them what time to show up, what time to leave. You're telling them what tasks to perform for those clients. Those are caregivers. Those caregivers are employees. They're not contractors. Contractors, I talked about before, but again, you can Google. I want you guys to Google, what is the difference between employees and contractors? How can I tell if my caregiver is a contractor? Go to the Department of Labor's website as well, and call the Department of Labor. But they also have a wonderful pamphlet or guide actually on the IRS website, irs.gov website. Guys, if you're telling people what to do, how to do it, when to do it, and all that stuff, they are employees. I know many of you don't want to hear that because y'all don't want to pay them taxes. Let me tell you something. When you start making a whole lot of money, that payroll, you get to write that payroll off. Payroll taxes. You're going to pay your payroll taxes. You're going to, which is your 941 quarterly. And I'm not going to get into all that. That's another video. The purpose of this video is, how should you pay your caregivers? I believe, based on my experience, that your caregivers are employees. Now, there are some exceptions. If you're doing a nurse registry and the way the rules and regulations are set up, and it says independent contractors, then that's fine. That's fine. But just know there's some lawsuits out here where home care franchisees and franchisors and other individuals have paid their caregivers as contractors, and it came back on them, came back to bite them. And I ain't here to gossip, so you ain't heard it from me. Google and do your research. I'm telling you that it makes sense to hire your employees, your caregivers, as employees, which means they are filling out a W-4 form. They're filling out an I-9 form. They're filling out state withholding form if your state has withholding tax, and you're taking taxes out of their check. You're matching those as an employer, so you're paying your employer taxes. And at the end of the year, they're going to get a W-2. Simple as that. If for some reason you decide to do an I-9, independent contractor, your independent contractors are going to fill out a W-9. They are not going to fill out a state withholding. They are not going to fill out an I-9. They're not going to do any of those things because they're filling out a W-9 like they are a business, right? So meaning they are responsible for their own taxes. They are an independent contractor. Guys, a lot of times you may do that because you don't want to pay taxes. However, just know that your caregiver is going to be responsible at the end of the year, tax time, to pay all of those taxes, because you have to, if you pay somebody over $600, you have to give them, by law, you have to give them a 1099. And then that 1099, the IRS is going to have that information. So the IRS is expecting them to pay taxes on that money. So just know everything that you're getting into before you get into it. That's how I feel. Know everything as much as possible. Nobody's going to know everything, but you guys know what I'm saying, right? Before you get yourself into a situation and before you unintentionally set your caregiver up for failure. I believe in setting everyone up for success if they're within my space and if I'm doing business with them, if I'm bringing value to their life, if I'm, through employment, through coaching, or whatever the case may be. I believe in setting people up for success. Just make sure you do what's right. So if your state, based on the type of license you have, if you're doing a nurse registry, now I'm not talking to my staffing folk, right? I'm not talking to my staffing folk. I'm talking to non-skilled home care, non-skilled, non-medical home care agencies, especially if you're in a regulated state and or in a non-regulated. I thought I was going to just say non-regulated or regulated. No, both. Because an employee is an employee. Tasks that you're assigning are tasks that you're assigning. So there is a difference. So make sure you guys go out there, Google, get your own understanding. Just like scripture, get your own understanding. And then figure out what you want to do in your business. Now, if I was coaching you, if I was your coach, then I would definitely coach you to have caregivers that are employees and not independent contractors, and not tell you and strongly suggest that you not do independent contractors. Okay? So let me see if there's a second part to that. What would be the best way to pay them? The best way is through payroll. So you could do it yourself if you're savvy enough. I'm not doing payroll. I will jack up everybody's check. I know what I'm good at. I am working within my gifts and my purpose. Payroll is not it, right? So I'm not going to process anybody's check. I ain't processing my check. I may sign the front of my check and I may sign the back of my check, but I am not processing checks. We have professional payroll companies to do that. I recommend that you guys have a professional payroll company. Now, if you're savvy enough to do it yourself, then I still suggest that you have maybe like QuickBooks, right? QuickBooks is amazing. I love QuickBooks. I've been using QuickBooks since 2003. In all my businesses, I use QuickBooks. So I do recommend QuickBooks. They have so many different services. And also, if you're doing payroll, once you set it up in QuickBooks, all you got to do is put the number in. How many hours? It's going to generate everything. It's going to generate your 941s. It's going to tell you how much you need to pay, all of that. Now, the difference between doing it yourself, say through QuickBooks or whatever software you want to use, versus having a professional payroll company do it, is if you have a professional payroll company, they are going to take your taxes out, quarterly taxes. They're going to take it out per pay period, and they're going to submit that money for you. If you do it yourself, you got to make sure you put that money to the side, because you got to pay quarterly. You got to put that money to the side. I'm just telling you. So let me see. What's the best way to pay the employees? So, and the last thing I would say is caregivers love getting paid weekly. So you can pay weekly or bi-weekly, every other week. But I can tell you, caregivers love to get paid weekly. Every Friday, I'm getting a check. And then guess what? If you are on payroll, then that means you're getting paid every Friday. Do you like getting paid every Friday? Right? So guys, that's my spill on the question that we're talking about during this video. That's my spill. That's my takeaway, right? So take your notes, rewind this, stop, go back, do it again, and make sure you're putting together everything that you need to know to help you be as successful as possible and mitigate your mistakes. Learn from mine. Learn from my experience, right? And there's a video here, top 5 mistakes that Coach Michele made. So go and find that video so you learn from my mistakes. So many people tell me all the time, oh, this video helped me. Oh, I was just getting ready to do that. Oh, you just saved me so much money. So definitely look at that video. It's a couple of years ago, but the mistakes didn't change. I have new mistakes. Right? So constantly growing, constantly changing, constantly evolving, to constantly. So there's always going to be new experiences and things that we could have done differently. That's why I try to give you guys so much value so you can learn from me and say, okay, well, I'm still going to do it. Or, hey, I'm not going to do that, right? We all have free will, so it's up to you. If you found value in this, definitely like it. The video, turn on your notifications. Don't forget to subscribe, guys. Don't forget to subscribe. Check me out online if you guys need some assistance. I do have a consultation. You can get some advice, some guidance, and of course, I have an amazing VIP Gold 2.0, baby. You know how the iPhone keep getting better and better? iPhone 2, 3, 4, 5, 13, 14. So we have the VIP Hybrid 2.0. That program is absolutely amazing. We have 8 fabulous instructors. 7 of them have gone through my program, out there doing the daggone thing, running their home care businesses. And I'm so proud of them. So proud of them. And we would love to, have a conversation with you. You can schedule, a complimentary 15-minute call with one of my team members, and they will walk you through the program and how it can help you. The VIP Gold program is for individuals that have started their business and may not have had the success they want. They're just, still maybe no clients, less than 350 hours a week. That program is perfect for you. And then if you haven't started your business, we can walk you through that entire process of how to start your business, help you with your policies, procedures, licensing, and things like that. So definitely go to myhomecarecoach.com, click on services, and see how we can help you. And I am looking forward to seeing each and every one of you at Conference 2023. It's March, the end of March of next year. So you guys take care. God bless. And thank you in advance for subscribing.